If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
There's just one place where you could drive a new Acura ZDX for only $239 a month. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Thank you for making us number one.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
We're celebrating a new year with new savings at Toyota of Hollywood, the official #1 volume Toyota dealer. Save big on a 24 Corolla, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. We're bringing you deals that strike fast and hard at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
It is the Squared Circle Digest 805, the place to be. The Squared Circle Digest. I am Sean Stanley. He is the great Frankie Fresco. It is going to be a pretty quick show and a sprint compared to what we normally do at these marathon shows. But there's a lot of priorities going on. So, but we just definitely wanted to get on, throw out a show here real quick. Tonight's going to be really talking about the road to WrestleMania right now. Has it been a good journey? Is it going to continue to be a good journey, or is it going to be a roadblock, a dead end? And we're going to go over the matches that are already announced, maybe a couple matches that might be added. But what was interesting was when I was looking at this, I thought there was already more matches than what there has been announced, to be honest. I mean, I know the Braun Breaker match is going to happen with something. Somehow the Intercontinental title will be defended at WrestleMania. Don't know yet. So technically that hasn't been announced yet. But right now you've got Rhodes, Cena, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley somewhere in there, Gunther, Jey Uso, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. Those are the ones etched in stone and signed, then we know Braun Breaker will probably be added, and then also Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. But that only puts us at 8 matches. That's 4 each night. I feel like there's going to be at least maybe one more each night added to get us to 5. I think 5 has been the number they've been trying to reach to. So, and it seems like they've turned into Tony Khan on this, Frankie. They want everybody involved. All hands on deck. Everybody gets a match.
I like it.
And how are we doing, Frankie? I know you got things going on there, so I'm going to try to not throw it to you as much just in case. And if anybody sees Frankie just throwing faces, it's not necessarily disagreeing with what I'm saying. Okay? There might be something else going on in the house that Frankie Fresco built.
Yeah, you guys, I'm actually watching the Columbia game as we do the show. So if you see me going crazy or something like that, it's not because I agree with Sean. It's probably because Columbia scored. So,
and we already got the chat going. Cheyenne in, Josh in, no doubt in, and my papa's in as well. So let's dive in. Let's go. Let's start. Let's start with the top one, man. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. Again on Raw on Netflix at 4 p.m. Eastern. Starting to kind of like them, but I keep forgetting about them. But I like them being over by like 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Your thoughts on where it's going right now, Frankie? Are you liking it? Are you still in the let's see how it plays out, or what are you thinking right now?
I mean, at the beginning, the promo was a little bit rough for John Cena. It got better as he spoke. I thought it was. I like the fact that he threw out the Ric Flair situation. I like the fact that he threw out the fact that he is gonna retire and he's gonna make WWE get a new belt and all that stuff, which kind of coincides with like my thoughts that I said, hey, he should retire as a heel. So maybe that's why I like it so much. I am a little bit intrigued to see if they kind of, do something different now, if they flip it around, because this is twice that you see Cody come out kind of like amped up, ready to kick some ass. And he gets like the last upper hand, and then John Cena kind of walks out and stays quiet, or John Cena stays quiet, doesn't say anything, and lets it be. So I want to see if they let them interact a lot more. Like you don't get that a lot. You get John Cena going out for a while, and then after that you get Cody Rhodes right afterwards for like at least a good 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and then it ends, right? So I was wondering if they're gonna switch it up a little bit and allow them to go back and forth.
I think if they do that, they're gonna have to script it, because I think Cena on the mic, his deliveries might overtake that of Cody Rhodes. And the bomb is in. Terry Davis, appreciate you being in. And he said it's a snore fest. And here's the one thing that I find interesting is when you look at John Cena, it's like I really feel like this is the real John Cena. Like we got the company guy where he was like, oh, hustle, loyalty, respect, all the little kids, high fives, this and that, because he knew all the money was coming in. I feel like this is really how John Cena really feels, which is why it's coming across maybe a little bit rough, because you're used to hearing Cena talking, good. But I feel like this is actually Cena being himself. Just because when you watched all the stuff with like Divas and things like that, that's John Cena. Like Cena is about himself and about his stuff. Look, I work hard. I got marble floors. I got all this stuff. I don't want you guys messing it up. That's exact opposite of high fiving every kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not talking about the Make-A-Wish and all that stuff. That I believe Cena does out of the goodness of his heart. But I think, dealing with everybody and always being that hustle, loyalty, respect, always sending out now if you watch his X account, he's just sending out little quotes every day, like, you should be happy with who you really are, and things like that, where it's like, it's not the old, the mumbo jumbo, and it needs to go straight. Yeah. But see, that's where I think the problem is they did this with the Final Boss last year. if Cody just gets his ass whooped by John Cena every week, like what he did with the Final Boss last year, we're just repeating the same stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have done as much as they did with The Rock last year, because it was like after every Raw ended, it was Cody getting his ass whooped and blood put on the thing. So, like, I almost feel like they're trying to, I guess, stagger this out with Cena a little bit more. Maybe when they got 2 Raws, I think once they get back to the States, they got 1 more international, and then they're back into the States leading into Vegas. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any contact, because Cena left. Cena just backed down. And then I loved that he came out, and I saw it on X, and I didn't pick up on it actually live. It was the ECW entrance.
Oh, really?
He did against Rob Van Dam. He put the towel above his head, and he walked out to the ring. That was the same entrance that he did on the ECW pay-per-view when he lost to Rob Van Dam.
Oh, I don't remember that.
So it's gonna be interesting. And I think, I like with what they're doing with Cody, with him standing his ground and going at it. And it does intrigue me to see at what point they do get physical, because I feel like they got to get at least something out of it before going to Vegas. I know a lot of times I say they don't need it, but I feel like this is going to need that one little piece to where Terry's probably right. Cena needs to be jobbing top guys every week by cheating like Eddie Guerrero would do. Honestly, I feel like that's what's going to happen at WrestleMania. It's going to be everything he's got to do to become 17, and it's gonna play out that way.
Well, that's another thing that what I'm realizing as well is that we want to see Cody and Cena interact as far as like get physical, and then it's the complete opposite when it comes to Gunther and Jey Uso. Like, we're already bored of seeing them get physical over and over again. So we're getting like
done every week in and week out. It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Although I do like the fact that now they're making it a part of the angle where Jey Uso, it's in his head. That's why he's messing up. He slipped this week. The botch the week before on the ropes. It's in his head. It's getting him mentally. But everything's going to work out at WrestleMania, baby. Everything's going to be spot on.
We'll see, my friend. All I know is that right now, what Terry said was right. It was kind of like a little bit of a bore fest at the beginning. Hopefully it doesn't continue to be that situation, because, I want to see more. So let's see where they go with this. But it's, I want them to get a little bit like,
I told you the first week,
hands-on.
I thought Cody I thought it should have been straight. Dude, he beat you up and left you bloodied at Elimination Chamber. And then you don't come out fired up. You come out doing your stuff. Like, I felt like they missed it. I do like, though, the way that it's kind of building up again. But to me, it was already built up from when he beat the crap out of him at Elimination Chamber. There's no reason for Cody to come out and be like, oh, I've heard everything you've had to say in the back. I wanted to hear what you had to say. No, dude, you kicked me in the nuts. Hit me with the belt. Hit me with my dad's Rolex. Like, what else does he got to do? Come out fired up, man. But, again, we'll see where this leads. The next thing I guess we can talk about, let's talk about Gunther and Jey Uso. I think we've already talked about this enough, but I will say my piece on it. At least now they are throwing something else a little bit. Now it's like Jay's in his own head, messing up. Jimmy was like, for 15 years you've been doing that same dive, and now you messed it up, and now you're a meme. At least they're, bringing that together, but I'm just tired of this week. It was, he pulled Jimmy down, then he got in, and then he went to do the spear. He slipped, and then Gunther takes over for a minute, and then Jimmy comes in with the chair. Like, we still got 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever it is. And, I mean, what else can we do for this?
I think the issue with the whole Jey Uso Gunther is that they've burned us out so much with the story that I think we're kind of tired of it. We just kind of want to let it go, like let it happen already, and let's just move on. I really don't like the fact that they allowed I like the fact that they brought his brother, Jimmy Uso, into it, but I still feel like sometimes it's annoying how Gunther just like I was upset at the fact that he got bitch slapped by Jimmy, and Gunther just smiles. Like, come on, man, if you're who gets bitch slapped like that and then all of a sudden you smile, like you get a reaction to it, you understand me? And I know people are gonna say, oh, he's in their heads and shit like that, but still,
Not only
like,
that, but he knows he's got a match with him next week, so it is. You can't run next week. You can slap me in the face this week and go, but next week Gunther's going to get his ass, hand Jimmy his ass. I believe.
I mean, I would be shocked if Gunther doesn't win next week, but it just, I don't know, man, it just felt like it was a little bit of like, I want to see them. I want to see Gunther, like, if you every single time you're running up on Jimmy, I'm sorry, on Jay. So if Jimmy does that to you, you beat the shit out of him. And where's Jay? Like, Jay's so depressed on the side that he, like nothing there. I don't know, man. It just
Well,
feels
he
like
walked
they're
up the
forcing it.
staircase, and Gunther apparently walked by, and then Jimmy turned the corner and went after him. I mean, come on, man, you ain't watching the show. It was an odd thing. It's like Jimmy was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna take care of this, and he just steps through a doorway, and there's Gunther like eavesdropping in on the conversation. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he was right there. So
I just want to let you guys know that Columbia came with some authority tonight, bro. We're up 2-0 already. Impressive. I'm really
there
shocked.
we go. Look at it. You might as well cut it off now, man. You're good. You cruise.
They're coming with some authority tonight, bro. They want to win. We gotta win.
You know, it was interesting. I don't know if you saw. I think I sent it to you. I meant to send it to you on X. Solo Sikoa teamed up with Gunther to take on Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and Solo turns on Gunther.
Wow.
He slapped Gunther, and then he ended up taking a pin. Solo did, but he punched Gunther and there. So I was like, hey, could this be what happens at the WrestleMania? Solo Sikoa comes in to help Jey Uso, and they yeet together.
Impressive.
So, and then No Doubt says they succeeded in making Gunther not boring. I like this Gunther. It's definitely a little bit more entertaining from the Gunther side because he's actually doing something other than just coming down and telling them people that I'm better than you. Terry says if Jay wins, it'll be transition period to sell merch. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a long-term champion at all. And then Cheyenne says, Sean is definitely a girl dad. Yes, cannot deny that. All right, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair.
On Friday. They're going at it, bro.
Yeah, I'm okay with the way this one's building up. I mean,
I actually took some notes on that. So hold on a second. So let me go to my notes here because I was watching it and I was like, man, it was actually the first Friday I actually was actually able to watch it, like sit down and actually watch because I've been so busy. So Tiffany goes and tells Charlotte, Charlotte says she felt sorry for Tiffany. Everyone is compared to Charlotte. Tiffany says Charlotte finds the hottest. Tiffany said that Charlotte finds the hottest thing and she throws water on it. And that's why she is going after Tiffany Stratton. Then Tiffany goes and says Charlotte is struggling with the fact that the fans don't want her back. And the WWE fans run on Tiffy time. So it was a good back and forth, man. I like the fact that they were going at it on this.
And Tiffany is going on a lot, I think, of how people feel. I mean, Cheyenne says in here, I'm tired of Flair, so tired of her. I think people that happens. Every time she comes back, and you said it too, and we've said it on here. As soon as she comes back, what's going to happen? She's jumping into the picture, in the title picture, and that's exactly what happens. And people get tired of that, and it helps, though, with the promos because you're speaking truth, and you got people that feel that way. So, it's going to be very interesting. I'm just hoping that at WrestleMania, Tiffany Stratton wins and keeps it stays Tiffy time. I don't want it going to Charlotte Flair. I do not. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Charlotte is tied with John Cena.
Really? I didn't know she was tied with John Cena.
I think. Hold on a minute. Let me see how many heavyweight titles Charlotte has.
If she is tied with John Cena, that kind of sucks. I will say this, man. Like, we don't know. I don't think anybody wants Charlotte Flair to win because we're just tired of her. She's too like you said, it's kind of like the Ric Flair. That's why I like the fact that John Cena used the whole thing of like, yo, I'm gonna bury and win Ric Flair and kind of bury Ric Flair out of the way because in a way we are kind of tired of both of them. I don't and Ric Flair, he's good and stuff, but yeah, he's an old timer, bro. Trying to move on from those guys. And then Charlotte Flair, I think the problem with Charlotte Flair is that she comes with this ego and this pride, this like sense of of like she's the shit, and I don't like that. I hate the fact that she's coming out like saying, yo, like I'm better than everybody else. So as soon as I come back, I need to be in the title contention because I'm way over everybody else, and that's not the case. I really do feel that Tiffany Stratton has made her way to be relevant really, really well in the WWE, and the fans are really invested on her now. Um, which we all saw that she was going to be a star. Obviously, we all knew she was going to be a star from her NXT days. So hopefully she does pull that victory over Charlotte because I don't want to see Charlotte as the champion. To be honest with you, I
So
do want
Charlotte technically is a 17-time WWE champion, but 6 times as the Raw, 7 times SmackDown, 2 times NXT, 1 time the tag team, and 1 time the Divas title. She was the final holder of the Divas title. So I'm guessing they're not counting in the NXT or you know what? No, I think she's at 15. So they must not be counting in the tag team and the Divas, I'm guessing.
And Cheyenne, you're right. That's what it is. She has a sense of entitlement. I think that's what's rubbing off really bad on her because people are just fed up.
Well, because she's been, I mean, let's look at it this way. When you look at that division, it's Charlotte, it's Becky, Bailey was there for a while, Sasha did her thing there. I mean, for the longest time, that was the division. And it was a matter of the belt going between the 4 or 5 of them, and then every once in a while, somebody may get it to be a transition champion over to somebody else. But for a decent amount of time, that was the division.
Yeah, but check this out. There's a difference between how you see one wrestler and the other. And I'll use the comparison of Becky Lynch. Charlotte Flair was gone all this time because of that injury, and you don't see people talking about her. You don't see people saying, hey, I want to see Charlotte back. I want to see Charlotte back. You see Becky Lynch gone for a while, and people are still asking, when is she coming back? Like, people still do like Becky Lynch, and people can relate and say, hey, we really want to see her. So it's kind of crazy how there's these they both have been in the game for a while. They both came up around the same time, but people are just bored of Charlotte Flair while
Well,
people
I
are
think it goes a
craving
lot
for
with the
Becky back.
gimmick, though. It goes a lot with the gimmick, too. Because her gimmick is being entitled. I mean, she's a Flair for god of wrestling in a way. That's the way it's looked at. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the Flair name is that, so it's part of that. And I think sometimes it becomes, I guess, perception is the reality of that. Let's go ahead and look at I saw it up here. Josh said somebody. Oh,
he said he's tired of Rhea Ripley.
What's going on, sir? What's going on, sir?
He said he's tired of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, tired of Rhea. And let's talk about Io. Right now they have it as Io Sky, Bianca Belair. Now they made another match for Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley next week. The winner goes on to WrestleMania to take on Bianca Belair. Io Sky says, I thought I'd already punched my ticket to WrestleMania. Now she's got to fight Rhea, I guess, apparently, to get another opportunity. I don't know where this is going to end up, but like, I would have rather them, like, Io come out and be like, when she said on Raw, she's like, I want to beat both of them. And then Adam Pearce be like, okay, then you beat both of them and just make the match. Like, I don't, what are you going to do? Have Rhea beat Io? And then Io go back? You're going to take Io off of WrestleMania?
I was a little bit confused about that. And look, I've said it from the beginning. I thought I didn't like the fact that they keep making Io look like a chump. You know, like
Yeah.
she
Mhm.
sucks. Like she's not worth
Yeah.
worth
She keeps
their
getting
time.
pie-faced
Yeah,
every time.
and I'm not liking that. I've already said that to you guys. Like I felt like, why do they keep putting her like that? It's like the disrespect. But when you look at Io Sky, I think Io Sky has done a lot more what than what Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair has done for over a year. You understand? I mean, obviously Rhea Ripley's been doing recently, but Io Sky before that, I mean, look at the fights that she had with Bianca Belair before, and she beat her. I think it was at well, it wasn't WrestleMania. It was one of the other pay-per-views that we were like, damn, look, she finally can hang. And I don't see Io Sky as like a lower tier compared to those two girls. I feel like she's equivalent to them. So that's kind of weird that they're using that story of like, hey, she sucks. She's not worth our time. We're way better than her. Because I don't feel she's like that. What I am noticing is I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know if the end of this whole saga is going to be a three-way at WrestleMania. Obviously, now they put Bianca as the special guest referee. So I don't know if she's going to screw over maybe Rhea Ripley or screw over Io Sky. And that's how they include, now
She's
a
probably gonna hit
three-way.
the KOD on both of them and leave them laying. I'm guessing because
It's
if
weird.
if she does it any other way, if she says she hits the KOD on Io and Rhea pins her, then it should just be Rhea against Bianca at WrestleMania, and vice versa. If she does that to Rhea Ripley, then maybe this is the way of getting one of them out. I don't know if somebody's injured or something else there. It's just to me like with the way everything's being built up, it's got to be a triple threat. But
Well,
then
how many
again,
of you guys want to
you've
see a
already
triple
got
threat?
a triple threat in the mid. This is where I said it's getting like a TK card, like a Tony Khan card, is because now you're getting triple threats and four ways and this and that, and it's like
But how many people want to see a triple threat? Like I personally wanted to see a triple threat, but the way they're going with the storyline, they're making it like not wanting to show us a triple threat. So I kind of feel like it should be a triple threat now. Before I wanted it, and now it's like I really don't want to see it anymore.
but then which match are you leaning toward then?
I'm leaning more towards. I don't think either or. I think they're both really good matches. Whether you go with Io versus Bianca or Io versus or Rhea versus Bianca, I think either or it works perfectly fine. I don't think there's. I don't have a choice of preference. Because Io can hang with Bianca and has had an amazing matches with her before, and of course Rhea Ripley. Everybody likes her. She's had her run recently, so I think you can't go wrong with either or. I think putting in the third, making it a three-way, it's kind of like what you're saying, AEW vibes, where you're just sticking it in there just because you want to just, hey, this is what we're doing. We want to make it
Well, I
bigger.
mean, it made sense with what they were doing. It doesn't make sense now because you're adding that match next week. Because if you didn't add that match and you just said, Io, when she said, I want to beat both of them at the same time, and Adam Pearce said, if that's what you want, okay, you're the champion, that's what you're going to get. It makes sense. But for him to say, no, I'm going to make Rhea versus Io next week with Bianca as the special guest referee, to me, you're right. There should be a winner, and then it shouldn't be a triple threat. But if you're doing that and Io is not at WrestleMania, shame on you, man. For this build, since she's won the title, shame on you for missing that boat.
Yeah, because I mean, and they kind of brought this they brought this on themselves, because like nobody ever assumed that Io was gonna beat Rhea
No,
Ripley that
no,
Monday
that
night.
was not in the. To me, that was never in the cards. I mean, we already had Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so it's like, why did you do that? You threw us off, but now that you threw us off, all of a sudden you're kind of like backstepping and retracting yourself, saying, "Hey, maybe we made the wrong mistake." I don't know. I am intrigued to see what the end result is
Yeah,
going to be.
could be
Whether
interesting next week.
whether it be a triple threat or whether it would just be a one-on-one. And if it is a one-on-one, who are the two? Who are the two that are going to go?
And if they do a triple threat, how they do it? Do they do it properly, or is it just going to be kind of mumbo jumbo, and then all of a sudden we're in a triple threat? Like, I would like it to make some kind of sense more than just me. What my thinking is Bianca lays them both out, and then all of a sudden, Adam Pearce comes out and is like, "That's it, I've had it. It's a triple threat." And then it's like,
yeah.
like, and then another thing that they can do is have, Bianca get knocked out or whatever. Io has the pin, but Bianca's out or whatever. And then, I mean, again, there's ways of doing it. That's what I'm going to be interested to see, and then how they lead that up. No Doubt says, dare I say Rhea needs the Judgment Day, whether in the group or feuding with the group.
You think so?
Oh, I mean, I think the way they've written this story, she almost seems like she's lost.
Kind of like Damian Priest too, right?
In a way, yeah. It's like they separated the Power Twins, and now they're lost. They're lost without each other. It's like, okay, one's on SmackDown, one's on Raw, and they have no idea what's going on. They're just floating there.
Yeah, kind of just winging it when it comes to both of those two.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of I don't think WWE can go wrong either way. It's just I think they're like you said, I think they're overthinking it. I think they're putting too much effort into it. Just make a decision. If you wanted a triple threat, let it be. If you don't want a triple threat, then screw it.
Can I tell you what I think they thought was going to happen?
What?
For some reason, I don't think they thought Io was going to get over as a champion as much as she did. I think everybody was going to be like, oh, okay, Bianca cost Rhea. Io happened to be the lucky one to win it. And then, a couple weeks out, we do the rematch. Io drops the belt back to Rhea, and we go back to Rhea Bianca. But since she's won the belt, it's grown. Io has grown as far as being a champion. And I think that's the part now that's kind of made this messy. Because, again, if it doesn't happen and it's just like a transition type champion for 3 weeks to where you don't have to have Bianca Belair and Rhea, you throw somebody in the middle, but in the end, it's really going to be Rhea Bianca at WrestleMania. But you throw Io in the middle for a couple weeks just to make it, to not have Jay Gunther for 9 weeks of beating each other, Gunther beating them up. And then now it's coming around to where it's like, okay, this is where we were going to drop the title, but now it doesn't make sense because Io has gotten over as a champion.
Yeah. That's a good point. She's definitely gotten over as a champion.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve it. I'm thinking what the thought was we take the belt off Rhea like she was kind of cheated or, misguided on her intentions. And then we put the title back on her right before WrestleMania. We go into WrestleMania, no harm, no foul. Now, with the way Io has grown as a champion in the fans' eyes, I believe there would be harm and foul if Io drops the belt.
I don't think it will be.
Oh, man, dude.
I think
do that to Io. If I'm Io, I'm telling you right now, this is what I'd say to Triple H. Contract? No. Go to AEW.
Nah, because you know what? It feels like they've done that with the whole, that whole group that she's in. Like it feels like they've kind of screwed over a couple.
2 out of 4 are hurt. Dakota Kai can't win the big one.
That's why. So it's not something that it comes new to them. And keep in mind, she won the belt. It's not like she didn't win it. Like she's won it multiple times. I don't think it'll hurt her. At the end of the day, she's still gonna be over with the fans. And look, there's nothing wrong if you go with her winning it and keeping the belt, or if Rhea or Bianca actually win it. Because if Bianca wins it, then there's some way somehow you could start relating that Jay Cargo into it. Because that's still a storyline that needs to develop little by little.
That's going to develop, yeah.
And then the Rhea Ripley, you gotta see who they decide to put her up against. I mean, they could even run it back with Io Sky and her because of how she struggles against Io Sky every time they face off. So it's like it doesn't hurt none of them three when it comes to losing.
When I say harm, I don't mean to anything of. I mean that's a bullshit call to not have Io on WrestleMania with the way she's gotten over since she's been champion. That's all I'm saying. That's the harm to me, is the fact that they're going to make the call to not have Io be on WrestleMania after you've been pushing for 3 weeks that was going to be the match and things like that.
Yeah.
Like now it's like
It would be kind of a dick move, but again, it just you gotta understand they took this left turn. I don't think and like you said, there's a very good chance that the fans kind of like got her over. People
they
started,
hijacked it. They
yeah,
hijacked
they
it
liked
again,
it,
kind of like what they.
and then WWE said, "Wait, hold on a second, what the hell's going on here?" And I was like, "Man, we weren't expecting her to get so much popularity for winning the belt." But again, they threw them. Look, there's a reason why maybe WWE is hiring new writers. I don't know if you saw my post, but it's probably because they saw that they made a mistake when it came to that.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. But here's the interesting thing too, is like when you look at this, okay, they booed Bianca every time she touched Io. They cheered Bianca every time she touched Rhea.
Yeah, because if you
and I get it, it's an
I think
international
Rhea's the worst
crowd.
one.
It's an international crowd, but it's like
I think Rhea's the heel, right?
supposed to be. But Bianca was getting booed a little bit yesterday too. Io has gotten over when she's like, "I'm the women's champion," and people just go bananas, bro.
People do go bananas for her.
God, it's crazy.
It is a little
All right, let's go on here. I want to try to get done with this show before halftime so Frankie Fresco can celebrate the Columbia victory.
Right now we're 2-0. Hey, don't jinx us, man. Do not pull.
How's DJ in there? He's acknowledging you, Frankie Fresco.
Let me knock on wood, Mercer. I don't want to go ahead. I don't want you to pull that same card that my brother did last year with the University of Miami, where he was giving, who was it? Who the hell they were playing?
Duke.
The one,
No, not Duke. Damn it.
I forgot who they were playing. They weren't playing Louisville. It was the game before because I streamed the Louisville game. It was the other one that we did the stream together, and he said, "Oh, they're gonna win the Bears, Cal Bears." There you go,
That's
Cal
right,
Bears.
Cal. Yep.
And then all of a sudden he gave us the victory, and then UM came and beat us. So, and then Cal, you're dead to me, Cal. You're dead to me. Anyways, yes, Bounce. He only acknowledges the tribal chief. It's up to you. Do you want to talk about the tribal chief? Do you want to
let's
talk
jump
about
into that match? That was the next one. That was the next one on the list. So yeah.
I mean, look, CM Punk should win, in my opinion. He should win, but I don't think he's gonna win. Something's telling me that he's not winning that 3-way. I feel like Roman's gonna win. And granted, you got the whole Paul Heyman turn. You got that Paul Heyman that he's kind of like, hey, look, he was kind of enticed, insinuating that, he
said, "Thank you for giving me the tribal chief on a silver platter."
Cheyenne, please, not right now. Yes, you're right. He is insinuating that, but I still feel that it's too. I don't know, man. I don't think you're gonna. Let me ask you your opinion. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Paul Heyman's gonna turn on Roman. Do you think Paul Heyman's gonna turn on Roman? It's WrestleMania though, so it's probably the right moment to do it. But I don't know. I don't think he's gonna turn on him.
What's funny is nobody knows what this favor is, right? Nobody knows the favor is. There's still the favor out there. I mean, it's been hinted at and all this stuff. Is it Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and just leave again? Because to me, Roman Reigns, yes, he's got an issue now with Roman Reigns because, or with CM Punk because he said CM Punk eliminated him at the Royal Rumble. But the thing with Seth is personal, and every time those two get around each other, everything else is forgotten. So I almost feel like CM Punk is going to win because the other two are going to get blinded by hatred for each other, and then Punk's just going to come in and clean up.
I don't know, man, because look, Sammy says they're hyping CM Punk way too much for him to not win. You're right, but he also was hyped during the Elimination Chamber when he called out everybody saying that he was going to win and all that stuff, and John Cena ended up winning it. So this is why I don't think he's going to win, because his comment, he specifically said, neither one of you guys has ever beaten me. Yes.
Without help from the other.
So I think that's the key phrase, the key term, the key moment that he's saying, hey, look, You guys have not been able to beat me without the help of the other one. And I think that's what this WrestleMania is going to prove, that one of them is going to be able to beat him. I honestly feel it's Roman Reigns. But again, I could be wrong, but I'm leaning more towards Roman Reigns winning this fight. And
Now,
Seth kind of looks
on
on the.
Raw now, right? Roman is on Raw now.
I think Roman's on. I think he is on Raw. But CM Punk came out. Didn't he come out on SmackDown?
They've been on SmackDown and Raw, all of them.
I think they're just flip flopping them right now.
Yeah,
They don't care.
Well,
I think they're doing that because of WrestleMania.
On the in the international tour, they want to get all their big wigs on each show as much as possible.
Correct. I think that's the thing.
But I guess the interesting thing, would be coming out of this match. Whoever wins probably jumps into the number one contendership.
Well, that's what CM Punk was insinuating. Now that could be the favor. That could be the favor that if Punk wins, then all of a sudden he gets a title shot, because Punk insinuated on Friday, or I don't know if it was on Friday or on Monday, maybe it was yesterday, when he was like, "You guys are on my way for what I really want, which is obviously to be the champion." But it's just too soon. If you give CM Punk the victory, are you going to put him again now all of a sudden against Cody Rhodes? I think it's too soon, dude.
No, but see, that's where you're wrong. Not so fast, my friend. It would be against Jey Uso or Gunther. Cody is SmackDown right now.
Damn, Venezuela just scored.
If they're on Raw, then the winner, which is why I don't think Roman Reigns wins, because if you do put the title on Jey Uso, it's Jey Uso against Roman Reigns again?
Oh, it could be Cena versus CM Punk. That's a good point.
I mean, it depends on how they run this title stuff, because if they're on Raw, they should verse the Raw champion. But again, you can switch them over because you do have the draft coming up again. So, and you could do, again, Cena changes everything in this, man.
Wow.
It does change things, because now it becomes Cena Punk, Cena Roman, Cena Seth. I mean, again, all these are interesting to.
I want Cena to win, man.
Go through. So
you need Cena to win. I've already told you this multiple times. Cena needs to win. He needs to win. He needs to end his career as a heel, or as, whatever he feels he wants to consider himself. And he needs to go ahead.
He's a human being. He's not a face, and he's not a heel. He's a human being.
And you gotta go ahead, and after Cena wins the belt, the next opponent, the next person that should face John Cena for the championship belt, in my opinion, is none other than, hold on a second, I got it here, El Grande Americano.
Oh, good night. Oh, good God.
Actually, as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, your boy Frankie Fresca bought El Grande Americano mask. Another mask in the books. Frankie likes to collect masks, so I bought.
Have you gotten any of them that you've ordered so far?
Nothing. And the Grande Americano mask is scheduled to come in June. I keep buying these masks, and they don't come in. So Penta's mask is nowhere near coming. And oh man, oh my God, what a freaking block. And the Americano, the great Americano flag, the great Americano mask is supposed to come in June. I was like, I just ordered it. But you know what? I decided to buy it because, let's keep it real. Do you really think Chad Gable's going to do this for the rest of his career? Obviously not. He's not going to be a luchador. So technically that mask.
Technically he's undefeated as El Grande Americano.
But as the Grande Americano, he's not gonna last long. So that mask is gonna be like kind of like an antique. It's gonna be worth a lot, because you're gonna see like, hey, that's when Chad Gable was a luchador.
Really?
That's
so if I go out and get the Juan Cena mask, it'll be worth something, or Mr. America.
It is a fantastic show. We love that. The Great Americano. Gracias.
I cannot believe that they made a damn video.
That was so good.
It was awesome the way they put him in the Photoshop him of all. I mean,
as a little kid too.
Yes, it was like, are you serious here, man? Like,
that was so good. I loved it. I'm bought into it, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I had tear in my eye. And then the other thing that I didn't like was this guy comes in and he's like, I got a doctor's note. I'm not gonna be able to wrestle. But hey, El Grande Americano's here. It's like, come on.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't know who came up with this idea, but it was smart
Oh,
as hell, and they got to
no,
run
it's
with it.
just
They got to keep running, and I want to see how long he could keep up with this. Because if you are able to book him against a one-on-one in WrestleMania against Rey Mysterio or a Penta or anything like
no,
that,
no.
it'll be
It should
amazing.
be a luchador challenge. And just have all of the luchadors that are there minus Penta because he'll probably be in the Intercontinental title match. But man, you could throw a whole bunch of, a whole
Great
bunch of
troll job.
stuff.
It's a great troll job. They did a
Oh
phenomenal.
no, it's beautiful because everybody's flipping out. There's like people like, oh, this is so racist. This is, oh my God, Gulf of America. I never called it Gulf of America. Like, bro, come on. It's fucking pro wrestling, man. Relax. It is amazing to me.
And then he was an ass because he stole Dragon Lee. He
You
ripped
know what?
Dragon Lee's mask.
Sammy, I love it. I love that idea. If Sami Zayn came back as El Generico to be the end of this feud.
That would be pretty cool.
My God, that would be
But then
God.
WWE is turning into more like a lucha libre type of
Well,
wrestling.
they
Too many
hold on a
mask
minute.
guys. Too many mask
They
guys.
did. They trademarked the Lucha Underground again. They did that. They have the trademark for that now. So again, they could run this and make it a whole thing, man.
Imagine if you did put El Generico, Sami Zayn come with his mask. That'd be badass. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty cool.
Could you imagine this if they had the like, it was like, say, what do they call them? Not a marathon match. What's the one where they keep coming? Like you one-on-one starts, one gets pinned, the next one comes down.
Gauntlet?
The gauntlet match, kind of like a gauntlet thing, and they do that through, and El Grande Americano's the last one there, and then all of a sudden El Generico's music hits, when everybody's like, "What the hell is this?"
He's so, dude, they could go so far with this. Like, this is a really good troll job, and you know what, man? It's funny because Chad Gable, you gotta give a lot of respect to Chad Gable, man. Look how they used him against the White Six. Look how now they're using him with the whole luchador mask. Like, the guy is so talented and be able to put him in different stories and make it work. Where you're like, damn, I'm intrigued. I actually enjoy this guy doing these ridiculous, moments, but it works. And then obviously the whole for a while with the with this guy, your boy, what's his name? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart when it comes to his name. His tag team partner, his old tag team partner,
Otis.
The whole drama that he had with Otis as well, even before the White Six. So it's always been something with Chad Gable. Very, very, very impressed with that guy. Very, very a very talented wrestler, very talented individual that has elevated himself. And the crazy thing is that he's not even like in the WWE World Championship picture, but he's still
he doesn't
relevant.
Need to be. He understands how to keep himself relevant.
The Grande Americano needs to be. I'm just letting you know. Imagine he goes up against Juan Cena. That would be amazing, sir. That would be amazing as well. Juan Cena's legit, and then the Grande Americano. I like it.
Imagine if El Grande Americano is the one that ends Juan Cena as the champion.
No, that's too much. You're giving too much credit to a Grande Americano. And he has absolutely no lucha moves. His Hurricanrana is so terrible.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's like, oh God, I ow. It looks like it hurts. He's the only Hurricanrana in the business that makes it look like it hurts to do.
It's so bad. It's funny. He has absolutely no lucha libre type.
Oh no, he's got no flying skills at all. He's not. It's like.
I thought he was gonna try. I thought they were gonna train him to do that, and he was gonna actually maybe he does it. I mean,
no, but I think that's what makes it even better is that he's a lucha without being lucha.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like hell. He locks in an ankle lock, and Michael Cole's like, "It's a goddamn ankle lock. What is this?"
That is not what a luchador would do.
You win a lucha libre match with an ankle lock.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
All right, let's finish up this real quick. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens.
I actually took notes on that because I was like I said, I actually sat down. Said he tells Kevin Owens, well, Kevin Owens came out, right, and Kevin Owens was saying, "Look, I'm sorry, and let's take over the fuck." They just scored. God damn it. Sorry, Paraguay just scored 2-1 now. The situation was that Kevin Owens felt like, yo, I can't. I made a mistake. It's my fault. What I need to do, let's become a tag team again and let's make this happen. And then Randy Orton kind of just screws over Kevin Owens and says that he's hearing voices in his head and all this crap. And he says he's going to kick Kevin Owens' ass. I felt like Kevin Owens was being sincere out there. I felt that Kevin Owens really wanted to be a tag team partner again with Randy Orton. And Randy Orton just threw him under the bus and said,
Just wouldn't even
"Screw
listen
you."
to him.
He didn't listen to him. Like
God,
I was upset at Randy Orton. I felt like you needed to go ahead and give Kevin Owens that opportunity to
really?
become.
Didn't Kevin Owens drop him on his head?
Yes, but he apologized for it.
Oh, apology accepted. That's right.
He apologized, and then not only did he apologize, but he also gave him an idea to become tag team champions. He's like, "Hey, we could team up together and we could be tag team champions and we could win gold again, you know?" So he not only did he give him an apology, but he also went ahead and gave him another idea of how to elevate himself and become another tag team champions, which is something he's been doing with multiple other wrestlers. So I just don't get it, Randy. I just don't get it. I'm a little bit upset.
This is the only thing I care about in this match. How does Randy Orton hit the RKO? Because at every WrestleMania, it's different. He always gets something good. I don't know what he's going to do at KO.
They need to make that a street fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Make it a street fight because Kevin Owens is really good at street fights. And then it's WrestleMania. Screw it. Just let them happen. Just let it be.
Well, I mean, then now these matches have not been added, but I believe there's going to be an Intercontinental title. I don't know if it's going to be a triple threat. People have talked about it being 4-way. There's a lot of talk going on with the Intercontinental title. The match I heard was Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, they're going to put Dom in there as well.
Again, if watching what I saw last on Monday, I say I don't know how they're going to do it. When they were fighting each other, then I could see it. I don't know what's going to happen between now and WrestleMania. How Dom gets put in, that's going to be interesting to see there too. And then, hell, with those 4 going at it, I mean, look, I would love Penta to walk out of WrestleMania the Intercontinental title, but with those 4. I would say, screw that, man. This is your chance to put the Intercontinental title on Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you going ahead and giving
Yes,
the belt.
man.
I would
mullet.
No, I mean, I would give it a Finn Balor. I would give it a Finn Balor, and then I would have the feud between Dom and Finn, and then have Dom winning.
I would have Finn thinking he's going to win it, and Dom just kind of like, yeah, go ahead. And then jip him, and then Finn chases Dominic for the title.
I like the idea of the Fatal 4-Way. That would be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, because if they do that way, then I think that is the perfect time. Because then you don't have that Penta get pinned, and you don't have that Braun Breaker get pinned. And you make between Finn and Dom, however it ends, and then there you've also coming out with the feud.
Yeah, you get a feud out of it. I love it. I love the idea.
And then you can move Braun and Penta on to whatever else you want to do from there.
Yeah, my only thing, like I said, I think Finn should win it, and then eventually have Dom have a feud with him.
I just think Dom's going to stay the heel, and I think you can end up making Finn the baby. Because you have Liv, you have Raquel, Carlito, Dom, and then Finn starts chasing him as the baby. And it's more than Dom the heel trying to catch Finn the baby.
The thing is that it could go either way, because you could say if Finn wins it, Dom could go and tell Finn, "Hey Finn, during the time that Braun Breaker was a champion, I got you a couple matches against Braun Breaker. Why don't you give me a shot at the belt?" Yeah. And vice versa. Finn Balor can be telling Dom, "Hey Dom, let me get a chance at the belt. The same way you were able to hook me up with a chance to go against Braun Breaker, let me go ahead and take a jab at the title. And then from there, create some more feud. So that's why I feel like it could go either way, but I would prefer Finn and then have Dom win it in a cheating manner where they all turn on Finn Balor, and that's how he loses the belt. And then Dom becomes the main person of the Judgment Day, and then you can make Finn Balor the baby trying to come back, similar to kind of what they did with Damian Priest and Finn Balor at one point in time where they were feuding.
Yeah, no, I mean it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And then the other one is Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, which they've kind of been going at since around Royal Rumble time. So that's going to be an interesting one. I think that's just going to be like just a hard-hitting contest. And it goes back to what happened last year at WrestleMania. Remember how WrestleMania started off? Drew McIntyre wins the title. CM Punk's at commentary. Damian Priest comes in and cashes in and leaves WrestleMania after Drew McIntyre won the title. So again, it's finishing up a story that started 1 year ago.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So a lot, and then I still think there's going to be something else added. One of the tag team titles, maybe, or something.
Do you think Lyra Valkyria will be in WrestleMania?
I think she might be on like a kickoff because they usually do one kickoff match at the WrestleManias. They usually do one kickoff match each night.
And then Chelsea Green, will she make it to WrestleMania?
I think you might get Chelsea Green on one night and Lyra on the other night opening.
And then LA Knight will make it, right?
Naomi and Jada get added, and I think LA Knight will get added. And Logan Paul still hasn't been added.
Logan and AJ is probably
AJ. I think
they're going to be at the next Monday night, right? That's the next Monday night.
Is that the next Monday night one? See, that's where it's throwing me off too because they're with the international tour. They're actually giving them some damn good matches.
I don't know if he's gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna be in Monday night. I know he's gonna be next week, either Monday night or on SmackDown, one of the two. But Logan's gonna be in because he's gonna talk to Logan Paul sucks. I mean, dude. Nobody likes him, but let me ask you: would you be entertained? Logan versus AJ Styles?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good match for Logan. I don't think it gets AJ Styles anywhere, to be honest with you.
Well, right now. AJ's not about AJ. That's the thing about AJ Styles. He's never been about him. He's about getting his opponent over, and he's about making it. He's going to have a great match, and then it's he's at that age now to where now it's about building the Logan Pauls and those guys like that. So
no,
look. I can't stand Logan Paul, the person. I can't stand Logan Paul, but the one thing that I do like is, I mean, he has the brashness, but it feels like when I've watched a couple of the Impulsives when he's talking to the wrestling, people that have been there and done that, and he's very respectful. So that, again, whatever you see on his character and everything else, I respect that. That's where he's earned a little bit more of my respect because for a while there, I just thought he was a pompous ass. Had a lot of talent, can do a lot of things, but, I like that match could be very, very, again, I wish AJ would have been about 10 years younger too, but still AJ can go now. But I just think him and Logan Paul at a time when AJ was flying everywhere would have been almost Ricochet versus Logan Paulish.
Yeah.
So, and then, we haven't even talked about celebrities that might be there, so we'll see what happens there. I don't know that they're going to add anybody in there. Maybe, what's his name might come out with Cena, right?
Well, they were talking about that John.
No. Another black eye.
Who was the one that was talking about it? They were talking about that they wanted Jey Uso. I think it was Jey Uso who was talking about that he wanted to come out with, I think it was Sexy Red and somebody else. I read about that he wanted for WrestleMania. Yeah. I think it was Jey Uso. If I'm not mistaken, that he wanted two. I think it's Sexy Red and Cardi B or something like that. I think he wanted like two of them to be with him when he comes out. I think it's Jey Uso. I'll check it out online because I know I was.
I'm very interested to see what they do for his entrance. Because that's what that whole situation's about, is the spectacle of 60,000 fans yeeting at the same time, and the lights and everything else. Like it's going to be very interesting to see what happened. They score again?
No.
Oh,
That has
you
right now.
real quick. I was like,
I'm trying to find the thing that said who's gonna be going out with Jey Uso. I think it's Sexy Red. I think it's Jey Uso and Sexy Red, but I don't. I gotta look at it because I think my friends had sent me an image of it. But I heard it was gonna be Sexy Red and somebody else coming out in the main entrance with I think it's Jey Uso if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is Jey Uso. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Can't find it.
All right. Well, there's our thoughts on the road to WrestleMania. All in all, I think WrestleMania is, again, the bar was raised last year. I don't know that's going to get to that bar, but I still think it's going to be a pretty damn entertaining WrestleMania, depending on some of the outcomes on some of the matches and how it rolls out.
Well, No Doubt says, do you guys think that Travis Scott slap made him a bigger part of this than WWE wanted or expected?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, because he's been coming out since the Netflix thing started. And again, I don't know that it I don't think they wanted Cody to run around with a black eye for a week and a half of media.
Good point.
But I don't know that it actually did anything else. Again, it's one of those things, man. And I talked about it a little bit is whenever you have like celebrities and stuff in there, you want it to look good. So you tell them, lay it in. But you also tell them, you're not swinging at my face. You're not, again, you lay it in the chest, the back, like all those things. Hit me, kick me as hard as you want. But I don't know what, I feel like he almost got caught up in the moment and he was there and was like, what the hell am I going to do? And he just swung down and just, and Cody wasn't expecting that to happen. And it's one of those things. They probably got to the back and there's probably some, what the fuck were you thinking? And they talked through it. And I'm sure it's all under the rug there, man. But I do know, because we did shows where we had coaches wrestling and things like that. And you just did moves to where they, if they over, whatever, it's not going to KO you or anything like that. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot. So
Okay.
remember that they're gonna have Braun Strowman. Wasn't it Braun versus? Was it this past weekend that happened? Braun versus Jacob Fatu, and then the winner gets LA Knight. Or is that coming up? I don't remember if that was for next week or if this happened on SmackDown.
I didn't get to watch all of SmackDown, so I'm sorry.
Forgot. So yeah, so apparently I believe that was the. But I don't remember if Jacob. Yeah, because I think Jacob Fatu lost because of Solo. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Solo gets involved. Maybe they have that match as a WrestleMania one, Solo versus Jacob Fatu or something.
I know that was talked about. Right now they're sitting at about 4 matches a night. That's going to, I think, go up. So that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, you got the NXT. And, Stephanie McCourt tonight is defending both the NXT title and the North American Championship in 2 separate matches tonight on NXT.
Did you like the fact that she won both belts?
I didn't until I heard that Julia was injured.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's why it happened. Yes, Julia was injured, and she needed some time off, so they went ahead and did it that way.
Okay.
So,
I actually have the feeling that Fallon Henley is gonna beat her. And
when I saw that announcement, I was like, I feel like they're gonna screw her out of the North American title tonight or something.
Yeah, I think. But is it too soon if they screw her over?
If they screw her over, no. If Fallon Henley pins her, I have an issue. If they do some, crazy shit and all of a sudden, Fallon Henley gets the win, I don't have an issue. But if Fallon Henley goes out there and just gets a 1, 2, 3 after she just won both titles, I have a clean pin, a clean 1, 2, 3. Then I have an issue. Oh boy. All right, memos in the chat, and Frankie, let them know where they can hear you, man.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that right now. Are we gonna talk AEW or we're ending the show? It's up to you.
No, there's not. Do you have anything to talk about with AEW, honestly?
What happened in AEW last
I
Saturday?
mean, they had the
Oh my God.
AEW collisions after the basketball games at like midnight.
I did see that. I saw some of it. And then also the whole John Moxley getting his back fucking destroyed by that.
Yes, yeah, that was impressive, right?
No, let me ask you this.
That was some.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, right.
Because that was trending for a minute. If that was to happen to you,
That wouldn't happen to me. You're out of your goddamn mind.
but I'm asking you, if that would happen to you, what would your reaction be if that had happened to you? Where you have that thing stuck in the back and it's literally like
It's
stuck
impaled
on your skin.
It's impaled in them. Yes, that would not happen to me, Frankie Fresco. I'll tell you right now, that will not happen. I'll do thumbtacks. And I'll do like, broken up crushed glass. But there ain't no damn way I'm taking nails to my back. You're out of your goddamn mind. I took a lobster pot to the head one time and I had this freaking growth on the side of my head because it hit me because I thought it was a popcorn tin. And I was like, oh, it's going to be awesome sound. Throw it. He throws it. It's a lobster pot. And my hair, I had a thing, out the side of my head, like just that big, sticking out the side. I had a mask on and you couldn't tell, but like I basically went under the ring and took the mask off because I couldn't breathe for a minute. It stretched so much that the mask was like suffocating me.
That would never happen to the Grande Americano. I'm just letting
Then I had to put the mask back on. Then I had to go up and take a kendo stick shot.
Jesus.
So I had the thing on this side of the head. So I turned this side. So I just took the kendo stick to that head because I didn't know what the hell, if it was just a blood like thing there or what.
Look, you're saying all this, and then you're telling me that you wouldn't go ahead and get those nails stuck to the back? Come on,
No.
man. At the heat of the moment, all you guys think crazy. All you guys
No. See, you're not. I was told there was only popcorn tins under the ring. So I said, okay, then throw the popcorn tin. You know, the little things that make a lot of noise. So he pulled it out, and then I was like, if you use that one turnbuckle, he threw it to the other turnbuckle and nailed me. Because I thought it was going to be that big boom, the sound. At no point did I say, hey, there's a nail gun. Go ahead and shoot me with that. Hey, it's a bat full of nails. Hey, body slam me on that. No. Out of your damn mind.
I actually like that idea. That's not a bad idea.
All right, I'll tell you what, Frankie.
A nail gun. I get to shoot a nail gun at you? I think that's
No. I shoot the nail gun at you.
No, I said it first. So you
No. Okay, then fine. I get to body slam you on a bed of nails.
I don't know. Thumbtacks.
No, nails.
No, not nails.
Yes, nails.
I have no wrestling experience. How am I going to react to that? I'm going to be freaking out.
You don't need wrestling experience. John Moxley's a trained professional. What happened to him?
You're a trained professional. That's why I have to shoot nails at you with a gun.
What happened to John Moxley, the trained professional, when he got slammed on a thing and impaled him?
What did you think about his reaction? Did he do the right thing? Because a lot of people were saying that he was calm and collected. That it was kind of like when he saw it was pretty bad, but he still seemed kind of calm.
That's not the first time he's done that.
Oh wow, I didn't know that, bro.
Have you ever watched the GCW matches with him and Nick Gage and all them?
I've seen some of them, but I never saw that he did that craziness. That's insane, dude. It's kind of bad.
Like I think he stopped that because of the kid, but he still does it from time to time. That's why Moxley didn't like the WWE. Moxley's just a crazy mofo who just wants to just inflict harm on himself.
Adrenaline rush, man. There's some people who actually like that.
No, dude, that's not adrenaline.
Look at Darby Allin. Darby Allin's another one who likes to do some crazy ass moves and just they do.
He drives cars and flips buses over houses. I mean, the dude's just a nutcase, man.
Yeah, Cheyenne, you're right about that. There's something wrong with him up there. But Darby Allin is another one. Swerve Strickland is another one. All those guys like to do those crazy moments that's why they're in AEW. That's why I don't think you'll ever see them back in WWE because WWE is too PG-13 for them.
Well, no, but WWE is also more, okay, we might need that guy tomorrow for a show. You get impaled by a whole bed of nails. What if that went wrong and it hit him in the spine? What if he went a few inches over more and it hits him in the spine and like that goes catastrophically wrong?
Jesus,
I get it. Hope and Moxley are trained. I get all that stuff. But I mean, look what happened with Chris Bay, and he came out with the Chris Van Vliet interview and all that stuff. He said it was just they've done the move many times, just an inch off. And he was paralyzed, man. Now, thank God he's walking, and it was awesome seeing the show at FSW for him and him walking into the ring and talking. But that was just a basic move. Why am I going to take a chance and get thrown on a bed of nails? I mean,
and keep in mind, man, he had a punctured lung. So for the guy to get up, go back in the ring and finish that, and then get slammed because the I forgot their name, the Viking Quest or whatever those guys are. Those guys destroyed the Viking Raiders. There you go. They freaking dude. I'm telling you, man. When I was sick at the beginning of this year, I had an infected lung, and I could not breathe. And this guy, unable to breathe with a punctured lung, takes a freaking shot like that, like get a slammed and everything continue like if it was like you saw when he was talking to Chris Van Vliet and he was saying, "Yo, Dominic Mysterio's fucking face was like, holy shit, are you okay, bro? Like, dude, it was bad." Like you said, inches away from probably being even possibly paralyzed, bro.
Yeah. Well, think about what Chris Bay said in his interview. He was laying there, and he was like, "Let's go home." And the go home was, what happened was he was injured, and then Jeff Hardy went up to drop a leg on him, missed it by a mile because he saw that he couldn't move out of the way. Then he was supposed to hit a swanton. And as Jeff is climbing to the ropes, Chris Bay's like, I feel like I'm bracing for it, but my body's not moving. And I guess Jeff kind of saw something like that, and that's when they called it off. He almost took a swanton on top of the damage that he already had. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and again, Big E outside the ring. I saw Cheyenne said, look at Big E. I mean, that was a basic throw, and he landed on his neck, and now there. I mean, back in the day, D'Lo Brown, and he went to do the running power bomb, and just went too much and draws around his neck, paralyzed, man. I mean, it's
Stone Cold and Owen Hart.
Yeah, Stone Cold. Yeah, dropped it. You know, I mean, you're always just an inch away. I've never found the reason to go. Like for me, when I wrestled, if I was in a ladder match, I'd take a power bomb off the ladder, but basically I'm on the ladder. The person comes up under me, picks me up, and I take a back bump. But I'm not doing anything that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard enough of the sport if you don't understand. You're always an inch away from it being your last bump.
That is true.
And I don't understand why you add to that by saying, and again, I've never been paid millions of dollars to do it either. And I understand that when you get up there and you got to tell a story and things like that, and things happen like where you got to do, but like minimize it. Nowhere in that match did there need to be a body slam or a suplex on a freaking bat of nails. Like, We're not in fucking The Living Dead or whatever. What's the zombie show? What the hell was that?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't watch that show, I didn't watch
either.
it.
So that's why I'm like,
The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Yeah, we're not in The Walking Dead where you got the little baseball bat with barbed wire and all that, man. So
okay, well that's a good question. Cheyenne just finished telling you, Sean, would you still do that being paid a ton of money though?
Yeah. Meaning what? Like how I wrestled before, or like
no. Let's say for example they told you, hey Sean, we want to do a suplex on a freaking bat with a whole bunch of nails on it, or a piece of wood with
not happening, buddy.
Considering how much money they're gonna offer you,
not happening.
Life-changing money, sure. Life-changing money.
Yeah, but also, it's life-changing if that thing goes through and punctures my lung. They're not paying my hospital bills, so all that money they gave me is going right to the doctor. Because now I got to go get surgery.
I don't know, man. That's a tough call, man. I mean, what about you guys? You guys on the chat board. You guys
I mean,
watch.
I'll do some crazy stuff, but I'm not doing something that might like.
If it's life changing money and you're trained, this is not something that
You
like
can't train to get slammed on a bat of nails, bro. There's no. Hey, let me go practice this. Like there's no training for this.
there is plenty of training.
Motherfucker, that's all you are.
No, you gotta be mentally prepared for it. You
How do
gotta.
you mentally prepare yourself to go? Okay, time to get him. Wheeler Yuta went to pull the bat out and was like, "Fuck this," and left the ring.
Yeah, he did. That's crazy.
I'm not. I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm out.
That was bad. Because when he tried to pull it, it wasn't coming out.
Yeah,
His skin was.
he tried to grab it real quick. It wouldn't go, and he's like, "Ref, I gotta go. I'm out."
His skin was going like this. It was
Yes,
like that.
man, screw that, bro. Like, no.
I don't know, man. Life changing money, though. Life changing money. People do stupid things. I don't know if I would do. I don't know. Maybe I'll be stupid enough to do it. If I had
I'll tell you what.
wrestling
if you put
experience,
nails
yeah.
the size of thumbtacks to where I know there's no chance of it going in my skin and getting to like my lungs or anything. But those damn nails were like that big.
They were, bro.
Like, give me something small to where like, okay, maybe, but not something where like that shit goes through my love handle and it's sticking out the other side.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. It was a scary moment right there in AEW. But again, like you said, John Moxley is a crazy mother skunk, and at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one who actually said, "Hey, let's do this. I want this to happen."
Oh no, John Moxley called that. Yes, yeah. Ed, Cope ain't grabbing him and saying suplex on the nails, and Moxley going, okay.
I don't know, man. That was intense. That was some intense, bro. It was interesting. It was interesting. Definitely something that.
I mean,
a lot of
and it's
people
cool
attention.
that like 690,000 people saw it. It's cool.
It was definitely people were like talking about it because they were like, "Yo, this is pretty grossed out." But I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, if the money is right, and I'm a wrestler and I know experience, I know how to take bumps and everything correctly.
Yeah, but you can't take a bump. Dude, come on, man. I don't even know how else. Like for you to say, if I'm a trained professional, I can take a bump. You're bumping. You're taking a suplex first off. So you're hoping that the person positions you properly. Then you got to rotate over properly and then land properly with your feet hopefully hitting way before your back does to cushion a little bit of that of your weight coming down on the bat. Like no.
But hold on a second. You make it seem like, hey, this is crazy what John Moxley did. But at the same time, Cope agreed to doing that to Moxley.
Yeah, Cope agreed to doing it to Moxley.
So imagine, look what you just finished saying.
You didn't see Cope saying, "Hey, I'll take it."
But
Mox,
look at the liability.
block it, and then I'll take it. No,
but look at what you're just mentioning. How imagine if Cope doesn't do whatever his part of the move correctly, he could really hurt Moxley, and you're gonna live with that for the rest of your life. Like that's dangerous too. So Cope must have been like, yeah, I feel confident enough to go ahead and do it properly. And Mox was crazy enough to go ahead and say, do it on me, So it's like...
Yeah, but see, the person giving the suplex is really just guiding.
No, but come on, Sean. You one bad move, one bad suplex right there, in a bad angle.
No, what I'm saying, though, is
Moxley
you're saying
hurt himself.
Cope is just taking a back bump, and Moxley's doing the bump himself.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If Cope doesn't... Let's say Cope accidentally turns a different way, and he lands on it wrong... That's still part of Cope's fault for, God forbid, Moxley running into a situation where something could be really bad happen to him. Kind of like when Rey Mysterio. Remember when Rey Mysterio, he does a 619 all the time, and he was in Lucha Mexico, and he did the 619 on that Mexican wrestler, and unfortunately the Mexican wrestler died. Same concept, you feel me? Like they and remember, it not in the sense that as gruesome, but that still lives in your conscience. Rey Mysterio, it took him a while before he actually got over that and say, damn, like I killed somebody by accident. It wasn't my intention, but so even though Cope doesn't play a big role, he's still part of it because he's the one actually making the move in order for Moxley to land on that shit. So I don't know, man. It just look, it was crazy, like you guys say. For the right money, if I'm a trained wrestler and I've been doing this for many years, I would do it. A Frank who has never wrestled in his life or anything like that, it scares me to be thrown into a table. I'm telling you right now because I've never taken a bump like that.
No, I do. Look, table bumps and things like that, that's different. But you're talking about that bat of nails that they had there? No, man. No, you're better off just taking out a knife and stabbing me.
You're crazy. That's just as bad. What are you talking about?
Dude, I'd rather you do that because at least then I see the knife coming.
Well, you see the nails being like eventually going to hit you. You know,
Mox never saw the nails until they pulled out of his damn back.
That's pretty gruesome, bro. It's intense.
I mean, it's like
it would never happen to the Grande Americano. I can tell you that right now.
Oh no, hell no! It would never happen. I say it would never happen in WWE, but I just don't see that something like that would happen again. I go back to the night after Revolution. WWE would never have a Raw like that, where none of the guys on the pay-per-view wrestled, and that show was just eh. And now Raw after a pay-per-view sometimes will be eh, but people will wrestle that were on the pay-per-view. Not one person. It looked like a mash unit. Ospreay's goddamn more bandages than I don't know where. They had to call for extra bandages for Ospreay. You had everything going on. I mean, and kudos to them because Revolution was kick ass. Don't get me wrong, but it comes at a price, and you won't see that happen with WWE because again, they are about the entertainment part of it more than the sport, whereas AEW is more about the sport than the entertainment. Yeah. But the problem is when you do episodic TV, entertainment plays a big part.
It does. Good point.
All right, man. Let them know where they can get you. That was a lot of AEW talk. I forgot about that part.
That was the only thing we should be talking about AEW because it was actually very, very gruesome. And we had to talk a little bit AEW. I'm wearing the hat. Like, come on. You guys can reach me and follow me at Frankie Fresco on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. If you guys are locally in South Florida and you want to check out Frankie Fresco spinning at some of these spots this weekend, is Ultra Week. I am not DJing at Ultra. If I was DJing Ultra, you would not see me here, Sean. I'm sorry, bro. I would have way too much money. I would have made the platform gone even bigger. Screw that. We would have had the podcast live at Ultra. That's what we would have done.
Yeah, as you're spinning.
That's what I would have done.
As you're spinning, you'll be talking.
We're still going to talk wrestling, even if we were both.
You could do the Mark Henry, Joe Hendry thing and spin wrestling songs all the time.
Yes, I would have even done.
When you play I'm a Real American, they boo you out of the building.
And not only that, you know what? As a DJ, I would wear the Grande Americano mask.
Oh, you got to get it first. I mean.
Yeah, WWE slacking.
What's very interesting
where's my Penta mask? God damn it. Anyways.
Which mask gets to you first?
You know what? This is the one of the Penta masks I got, right? And this was when he was in AEW, right? And this mask came authentic from Mexico, so I had to I ordered it from Mexico. This thing came in like 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks. It's pretty legit, though. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty badass mask.
Mexican masks are always very nice, man.
But Jesus, like very, so I was a little bit upset that I got that mask in Mexico and from Mexico, and I can't get the WWE mask. Come on. Anyways, long story short, if you guys want to. If you're locally, Friday night, I will be at Tap 42 DJing in Coral Gables. So you guys are more than welcome to check me out while I'm there. And then on Saturday, for my people who live down south, I will be at the Tap 42 in Kendall during brunch and at nighttime as well. So I'm doing 2 sets on Saturday as well. Sunday, I'm taking the day off. I'm going to see if I can make my way over to Ultra. Hopefully, pray to God, I'm crossing my fingers. But if not, if you guys are local and you want to check me out while I'm spinning, say what's up to me, more than welcome to come through at Tap 42. Very cool spot to go eat and listen to some music from your boy, Frankie Fresco.
So make sure you check out Frankie there. You can check me out, Stanley Media _11 on X, Stanley Media House on Instagram. What else we got? Threads, Blue Sky on I think that's it. Stanley Media House Network on Facebook and on YouTube. So make sure you check it out there. And don't forget also live Monday, 7 p.m. Talking Racing Now with me and No Doubt, or Mr. Spencer O'Neill. And at this time, I'm going to let Frankie Fresco go cheer on Colombia. Vamos, Colombia. Uh-oh, he's shaking his head.
Yeah, that was the golazo that Memo was talking about. It's pretty
Are
bad.
they tied now?
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind.
Oh.
All
right, well, I'm going to let you go watch it, man. Vamos, Colombia. I hope they win, and that's not BSing, man. I hope you win, because U.S. sucks.
They do.
We do. We are terrible, except women's soccer. In the words of Greg Cornsoli, so long for the Sunshine State.